We met another real estate on YouTube, but he was kind of boring, kind of slow. Next, where's Lisa at?
Welcome to 772 Living with Lisa.
Marvelous.
My turn to share.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You and camera.
What I learned about real estate in Florida and the pros and the cons are what navigated and basically drew me to Lisa.
Would you ever buy a house sight unseen? You know, in 2020, more than 20% of homeowners did exactly that. Yes, buying sight unseen, and the numbers continue to rise. You know, with COVID happening, there were a lot of people that got the privilege of working out of their home. And with that being said, a lot of people are rethinking things and looking to relocate to a different area since they don't have to necessarily be in the office. So buying sight unseen is on the rise, and today I'm going to dive a little bit into what you should consider if you're going to purchase a home sight unseen. With the real estate market being as brisk and robust as it is, when houses come on the market, they go under contract very quickly. Between multiple offer situations and low inventory, a lot of buyers have been forced to get out of their comfort zone. And there's always the fact that if you're looking to relocate to another area, sometimes it's very difficult to continue to travel. You can't travel back and forth every time you want to see a house. So virtual buying is something that you're going to need to consider. I've been selling homes virtually for years. However, I would have to say in the past 2 years, 25 to 30% of the homes that I sell are sold sight unseen. And with that being said, I'd like to share some very important tips with you to help get you started. Step number 1, know your non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. You need to get very clear on what your non-negotiables are. For instance, number of bedrooms, number of baths. Does the home have to have a home office? Many people are working from home, and an office space is super important. So drill down into what your non-negotiables are and make sure you're very clear about that. Number 2 would be the area that you want to live in. Besides drilling down on the actual city, you need to know, do you want to be in a gated community? Do you want to be in an active adult community? Do you want to be in a community that doesn't have rules, where there's no gates? Now, a lot of people looking to move to another area haven't been there, which makes it tough. So if you can visit the area to scope it out first to see if it's really where you want to live, I would suggest you do that. Now, when you're traveling here to visit and to familiarize yourself with the area, that's an exploratory visit. You're really not here to look at property, because if you're not sure you want to live here, you're not ready to buy, you shouldn't be actually, looking at resales. At least builder homes, you could do that, but it's more of an exploratory visit to find out how you feel about the city and the area, and so when you do decide to pull the trigger virtually, you're way more comfortable. Now, once you've done that and you've isolated the area you actually want to buy in, the next step is actually buying. And in order to do that, you need to get a pre-approval. You need to have that in your hand. It's a very competitive market, and no seller is going to accept your offer if you are making that offer contingent upon financing and you don't have that approval letter. So get your approval letter unless you're paying cash. If you're paying cash, have your proof of funds. They're going to ask for it. They're going to get multiple offers. and they're going to pick the best offer. If the other offers have their pre-approval letter or the proof of funds and you don't, your offer's getting pushed aside. I would say the third thing is finding a really good realtor. Now you want to deal with a realtor that lives in the area, that works in the area, that knows the area. You don't want to pick a realtor from Boynton Beach if you're looking to buy property in Vero Beach. It's an hour and a half away, 2 hours away nearly. So make sure the realtor that you pick lives in the area. That's their sweet spot. That's where they work. They're going to know tons of things that you would not be aware of. They're going to be able to point out things you may have not have thought of. You pick a neighborhood and let's say it's close to an industrial area and you don't want to be near, some shipping yard. Really, you're not going to know that unless you know you're working with a realtor that knows that area. A realtor that lives in the area is going to be able to tell you how far that beach drive is. They're going to be able to tell you how close the schools are if you have kids. They're going to be able to tell you how close recreation is from a specific neighborhood because they know that city. So make sure you pick a realtor who lives in the area, and if you ever need help with finding a realtor, I'm more than happy to help you with that. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video today, because I do have another video on buying sight unseen, but the reason I'm making this video today is because I am actually closing on a house this morning from a buyer who signed that contract sight unseen. They did not see the house before they agreed to purchase it. Closing days always exciting for the buyers. But these buyers, they are like over the top excited. So it's always fun to see it all come into place, especially when you've got someone who's like giddy over getting a new home.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm like 5 minutes away from the gate.
And we are 7 minutes away from the gate.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll just meet you at the main gate then.
Okay. We're waiting on the light.
Okay. I'll see you there shortly.
Thank you.
We share.
Are we happy?
Yes, I'm very happy to be here today. All the way from Long Island, New York. Marvelous. Yes.
Buy sight unseen. Was it scary?
Yes.
Yes.
She was very informative, very detailed, very educated on what she was explaining. And I navigated more toward that because that's how I operate. And you did an outstanding job.
Aw, thank
And
you.
we totally appreciate you.
Yes.
And you remind me also of my realtor at home in New York.
I feel sorry for her.
And she's a sweetheart, but I feel sorry for her as well. Because she has to deal with a lot over there, and it's not as smooth as here. But your work and Brian Stuckey's work has made it very, very
Brian
smooth
works beautiful.
for transitioning to Florida, and we appreciate you both.
But the best part about it is that my wife is very obedient. I tell her, look, sit down. Look at this video. You got to see how Lisa.
Oh my God.
She was very obedient. She took the chair, laid back to the recliner, and she said, you know what? Pause it. We paused it like 100 times to take all the facts and all the emails and everything. And it's wonderful. If anybody wants a good real estate and
Broker, yes.
broker,
Agent.
mention their
And
name
mor-
again.
and
What's
mortgage
the
agent.
mention your guy's name?
Lisa.Ammons and Brian Stuckey. Those are the ones to go with.
to be at the